All right. Let me fix the sniper first. I designed this guy last week before I reworked the entire thing. And okay, so long range retreat. Okay, good. He's like the gunner, right? I want him to like do support. He's a support ability, a support fire. So if a lot of tiny little guys, the idea that I had, when any crew member is attacked, sharpshooter deals 1 range damage to the attacker before they engage in battle. Okay, so basically all these little guys try to swarm you, and he just goes boop 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 boop. Okay, so he's a 1/3 long range. So long range means that he can attack without being hit back. In a combination with this guy and the muscle, this is a good combination. And I want a expensive card. Let's design an equipment card. Okay, this is the sniper rifle, and use its abilities while aboard the airship. You equip the sniper rifle. Once he equips the sniper rifle, instead of having to go on the asteroid to shoot things, he's on the airship flying around taking pot shots at people, right? So this is a very, very good card because once you play this and equip it, then he won't have to leave. These support abilities is how the crew is going to be able to keep up with all these other aliens. I have a feeling that when I first design these cards, I'm going to either design them too weak because I'm too worried about it, or too powerful, and we're going to have to adjust. So this is a very difficult, because it's a complicated strategy, so it's very difficult to balance. But I'm not going to try to do too much on the balance right now. I'm just going to design the cards and play test, and we'll figure out the balance later. I'm just designing cards that I think would be fun. So we've got 2 more cards to design. We've got the second mate, and I want him to just be like a swords guy, like just a fucking badass, basically. So he needs to cost a lot. There should be a way to cheat this guy out too, I'm thinking, because he costs a shit ton. So I'm thinking like half cost, like this costs 10, and it's an action. Okay, and it's called Brothers in Arms. Be deployed on the asteroid. If you draw this, it lets you cheat out this really good card early as long as the captain is on the asteroid. So the captain is down there, and then he calls his second mate to come fight for him sooner. Okay. Captain's a 3/3. I think the second mate needs to be like it needs to have like 4 health and maybe 5 attack. Have 2 of them perform better when they're teamed up. Okay. Oh, okay. I want the second mate to be a badass, because there needs to be like some in-game card, right? Because all of these, I'm designing them as like support cards, but this is an in-game card. Okay, so it says have the 2 perform better when they're paired up. Maybe he should be able to defend, like, he can defend like the muscle, but he can only defend the captain. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe some kind of counterattack. Have them 2 perform better when they're paired up. That's interesting. I just don't know how to incorporate it. Like, the second mate gets +2 attack if the captain's on the field. Like, I don't know. If he takes the monkey, he has more power. I wanted to do that with the captain. Remember that we're going to have action cards too, right? That target specific people. So not all of the abilities have to be on this one card, because we're going to be adding equipment and actions to soup this up. This Brothers in Arms. Okay, have the 2 perform better if they're paired up. Okay, so this Brothers in Arms card that I designed earlier is exactly what you're talking about. If the captain must be deployed to asteroid to play this card, deploy the second mate to the asteroid. Okay, so this is a thing that costs 10. The second mate usually costs 20, so you can cheat out this really powerful card as long as the captain is on the asteroid. So let's design another attacking card. I'm gonna write that in. I'm not sure what I'm gonna what that card's gonna be. Do you have an idea of what a card like that would do? There could be a hidden treasure somewhere. Okay, let's have that be a breakthrough card. Okay, so breakthrough cards, they're like permanent buffs, so you play them once and then they help you for the rest of the game. They discover like a trove of crystals that the other aliens aren't fighting over. So maybe mine an additional crystal at the start of your turn. Okay. Some card about a special sword. Yeah. Okay, so let's design an equipment. It needs to be someone that uses swords. So I think the captain or the second mate. It's only used by the captain or the second mate. Okay, so special sword. Plus one. I know a lot about pirates. This is great then. Like, this is awesome. You're the perfect person to be helping me with this. Okay, so special sword. Equip this on the captain and the second mate. Plus one attack. We could make it a basic card, but that's special sword. That's kind of boring. Like, you said a magic sword. Like, what would a magic sword do? And how would it help them fight and or get more crystals? Oh. Okay. You just gave me an idea for the second mate, dude. Okay. He has two swords, right? He's a dual wielder, so he can attack twice. That is a very unique ability. I do not have double attack. And it's a very common ability that's found in other card games, which I like. People will know what it means. And also, it makes any equipment that you play on the second mate like doubly effective, right? So we don't have to like buff his stats and make him overpowered. I was thinking more of like he dual wields, so he has like a sword in each hand. So he goes, attacks with two hands. Okay, the alien, the muscle. Let's design the last crew member here. All right, the navigator. Okay, this should be interesting because we already have our fighters. We have 3 fighters, and the navigator could move their rocket so they can get at more people. Okay, so the navigator like interacts with the airship a lot. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you have to have a reason to play him. That's the thing. I don't want him to just be sitting up in the airship the whole time. I want there to be a use for every single crew member. The crew members like the enemy movement and that kind of stuff. Rearrange and attack at the last minute. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe the navigator can help you draw more action cards, right? Because all the action cards are all the airship stuff. Right? You play the actions and that simulates the airship. So maybe the navigator can give you access to more action cards, which would let you play more abilities that involve the airship. But there's also equipment cards in the deck. So it doesn't make sense for a navigator to help you draw an equipment. Because their airship can move closer, sneaky on another crew. Yeah. I mean, okay, that's great, but how does that translate to the card game? Like, it's a good idea. So, okay, so how could you design movement? Because right now the airship is just a play zone. It's a flavorful play zone. It's not really an actual card. Like a card like Demolitionist or something would be a lot easier to design, but just because it's hard to design doesn't mean that we should give up. Let's I'm getting stuck on this, so let's come back to this. Let's work on other stuff. Let's design some equipment cards for every single one of these. The captain. What kind of equipment would he have? Right now he has a special sword. I keep getting thrown off the channel. Sorry. Okay, I didn't even notice. So, welcome back. Your Surf Song, you're actually helping me out quite a bit right now. I appreciate the dialogue and everything. The captain, I'm thinking he's like a sword and a gun kind of guy. So maybe he has like a pistol. Deal 1 ranged damage because the thing is like each equipment doesn't have to be amazing. Like you have to balance. So you need to have some cards that are still cool, but like they're weaker, and but they're easy to understand. And so like this captain's pistol. So I want to give him an additional attack, right? So I want it to cost like 5. Starforged pistol. There we go. Because it's steampunk, so we gotta like make it awesome. All right, Starforged pistol. So you equip this to either the sharpshooter or the captain, and basically whenever you attack, you can hit something else for 1 damage. You can hit your sword, and then I want to tie it to their attack because I don't want them to just like, because it's 4-player game. So as it goes around, I just don't want them to be like bam, 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 bam. That's too strong. And so by tying it to the attack, it has to be your turn, and you only get 1 attack per turn. So you attack and you can hit something. Okay, Thief's Gloves. Equip on this to a crew member other than the sharpshooter. This alien gains the ability to pull for 1. Okay, cool. Let's design a monkey card. It's called like Primate Tactics or something. Monkey Business. Yeah, okay. That's a way better name. I think I'm going to do Monkey Business as a separate card because this one that I have is I want the monkey to be flying the airship. Peg leg syndrome. That's funny. Because the pirates work, you have to have at least 1 crew member in the airship at all times. So I want this card. It can only be played when the monkey is the only one on the airship, and the monkey's like driving, right? And it like crashes the ship and does like an amazing maneuver or like something. Like I want the card to be like totally overpowered, and then the flavor text, the captain is just like, who let the monkey drive? Or like, holy shit, like did the monkey just do that? Like something like that. So I want it to be like maybe it's a card where like it's totally overpowered. Like he crashes the ship like into the thing. So it's like he drives the ship like into the aliens, takes them all out, and then you have to like repair the ship before you can win the game. This is actually very hard to achieve. So I need it to be really cool because whenever one of the crew members is killed, it retreats back. So you're like hindering the progress of this card. So this is a very difficult card to play. Or maybe it's just like an amazing maneuver where the monkey just like deals tons of damage. I'm not really sure what I want it to do yet. If they're within 5 crystals, it helps you win. How would the monkey driving help you win quicker, though? You know, it has to fit like the theme of the card. We can design another card that does that. Because it doesn't deal damage, it just like kills it because you ran the ship into the fucking thing. Maybe it like blows up in a hole in the asteroid, or maybe it like what would crashing the airship into the enemies actually do? And how would it help the crew, and how would it hurt the crew? And it's an expensive card. I want it to be like one of the best cards in their deck. Deal 20 damage. Deal 5 damage. So this is the most simple version. The way I did this is that the monkey sees the crew people in trouble. He dive bombs. You know, the crew members don't realize that the monkey's the one driving, maybe. You know, and it dive bombs, runs the ship into an alien, and then it's like firing all of the cannons. It's just like crazy fire. It's a monkey. He's just like, just fire everything, right? This is a lot more calculated than maybe I want it to be, because if a monkey's driving, then it's not going to be able to do that. But I want it to be an amazing card because it's hard to set up. So I don't know. Let's come back to that. That's a good like first draft though.